What's up, LightWorkers family? My name is Elyse, and welcome to another episode of On a Lighter Note, the show where I talk to people from all walks of life about the good that is still happening, even in challenging times. And as always, I'm so excited. Today, I'm talking to one of my best friends, comedian, incredible girl, Anjelah Johnson. You may have seen her in her nail salon skit or know her as Bon Quiqui, but it's going to be the best conversation, and I really think you're going to be inspired, so stay tuned for that. But before we do, as always, we want to bring you a few good news stories to brighten your day and remind you that we know there's a lot that is happening right now, but there's still some really good stuff that is going on. So my first good news story today is for all of my graduating seniors. We have been hearing about some of the tough stuff that's going on this year, including you not having a gathering of a graduation ceremony and missing out on a few stuff. So Instagram and Facebook wanted to be able to do something for all the graduating students. They are putting on an actual graduation ceremony online this week, and the speaker, it's always a big deal who the speaker is going to be at graduation ceremonies, but I don't think you get a bigger speaker than Oprah herself. There's going to be a bunch of different acts and people and special guests, but what a cool way. I'm for sure pretending I'm a graduating senior on Friday when it's out, so I'll be there with you pretending to graduate, but we just hope that you guys have the best time ever. The next story is there's an incredible cover by an uncle and his niece of Ain't No Mountain High Enough. You can check it out on our LightWorkers website, but it will, honestly, if you aren't singing along by the end of it, I don't know what to tell you, because I was singing and smiling so big when I saw that. The next story is some kids doing some good stuff for their parents. There is a couple that was celebrating their 15th wedding anniversary. The names are Brendan and Jackie Brown, and their sons actually gave them a anniversary breakfast celebration. They made breakfast for them. Now, here's the thing that I just thought was the coolest thing ever. Some of our team sent me this story for this show, so when I was looking at the video, I realized not only is this an awesome story, these are family friends of ours, so they know my parents very well, so happy anniversary, Jackie and Brendan, and I guess tell my parents I said hi as well, but I just thought that was the coolest story, and just another reminder that our world is very small, isn't it? And the final good news story, which leads into our special guest today, is that Auntie Mary, or as we know her, Tia Mary, had her 100th birthday. She is Anjelah Johnson's family member, and if you know anything about Anjelah, you know how much she loves her Tia Mary. And so even though we're quarantined, she did not want, and her family did not want, this celebration and milestone to go by without a big celebration. So they couldn't come into the house, but instead they created a parade of family and friends and so many other people. You'll have a look at it on the news articles. So many other people. The police came by, so many different community groups, just to say happy birthday, Tia Mary, and we want to wish you an amazing happy birthday too. Congratulations. But as for now, without further ado, please stay tuned for my conversation with Anjelah Johnson. Hope you guys enjoy it. How are you? How's quarantine?
We're good. We're doing a great job here quarantining. We're doing like TikToks.
Yes.
We are cooking. I was never a cook before this, and
Everyone's a cook now. Everyone's a chef.
I'm full on a chef.
Listen, honestly, it's been like I've decided I think I'm going to start my own cooking channel. So if you're in, I'll learn to cook even more, and then let's do it together. But okay, so we're doing different celebrations. It is your birthday week. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
This coming Thursday, I want to talk about that in a little bit, but
Okay.
You had Mother's Day this year as a quarantined dog mom to the cutest dog in the whole entire world, Garbanzo being Prius, known as Bonzo, who's actually famous on Instagram. How was Mother's Day inside?
You know, we had a great Mother's Day because we actually weren't inside. We did some special drop-offs to our friends who are moms, and we got some flowers and some cookies and just kind of dropped them on their doors. And it was a fun, special little treat for them and for us because it feels good to give. Yeah. It feels good to show kindness, to show love, to make someone's day. And just to see the reactions of our friends, these moms who, you know, are working so hard to raise up good children and constantly wondering, are they doing enough? Are they doing a great job?
Yes.
And we just wanted to give them some love and say, you are more than enough and you're doing a great job.
I
So we
loved
did
that.
that.
I love that you and Penelope, who is also they're quarantining with you and Manny, your husband. But it was such a it's the videos on your Instagram. They can go and check that out. It was such a cool
Yes.
way to just tell people, like, especially moms right now, like, you're doing a good job and you're doing more than ever before, and perhaps have less people than ever before to remind them of that. I thought that was the coolest thing. And it's not the only thing you've done. Like I said, we just announced, well, we didn't just announce it. It wasn't our exclusive to us and everyone else. But yeah, Tia Mary's 100th birthday, that everyone that knows you loves Tia Mary. How was that experience for you to, you've been planning her 100th birthday for a while, and then a season like this happens?
Well, we were trying to figure out what to do for her 100th birthday, period, before there was a world pandemic.
Sure.
And we were going to have like a surprise birthday party, mariachis, everything, and then world pandemic. And I had seen this video of like this celebration parade go by, and I was like, oh, we for sure have to do that for Tia Mary. And then I sent it to my cousin back in San Jose, because they're in San Jose. And then she just took it and ran with it. And she got so many people involved: the city of San Jose, the police department, the fire department, the water department, lowrider car clubs, like just so many people.
Lowrider car clubs?
Yes, that's how we do. You don't know.
She loves her lowrider cars, absolutely.
She was living my high school dream, I'll tell you that much.
She was living her best life, and she had rhinestones in her mask, which
she's a diva.
Of course she did. But I love that you are focusing on other people, especially right now. But to focus back on you for a second, because you guys are passing the time. I know, you're welcome. You're passing the time in pretty cool ways. You and Manny have been doing TikToks. In fact, I believe you just finished one right before this interview. Is TikTok something that, there it is. Is TikTok something that you would think would be part of your life before now? And also,
never.
Is that like a bonding experience for you guys, or is it more like brutal with the rehearsal process?
All of the above. Thoughts. All of the above. It goes through first when you start practicing and learning how to push all the buttons of TikTok, then you almost get divorced in that
Absolutely.
phase.
Sure.
And then once you learn the right buttons, then it's fun and it's bonding. And like, for instance, we did this one where I was climbing all over him to like the soundtrack of the Mission Impossible, right? And I'm like climbing over and under, and you have to do it on your own body strength. And we had so much fun doing that, even the failure attempts to it, because we were like, when would I have ever climbed all over you like this?
We don't need to talk about that right now.
But... Hey, we Murray, y'all, we Murray though. But you know what I mean? Like random, it was just such a fun thing to do. And so we're having fun with it.
And how's it going for you guys? Because up until this point, you had decided this year to really take a rest year, which very convenient for something like a quarantine. So well done to you for that. But up until this year, you've been touring like crazy. Yeah. And Manny is always doing music in Nashville. What's that like now, I guess, for couples as well that were so used to spending so much time apart? How's that going for you guys now?
I mean, it's for us, it's great. My advice to others would be find the things that make you guys laugh together and pick and choose your battles. That's a good one. Even when you're not in a quarantine world pandemic. Yes. Pick and choose your battles. Marinate on the things that your partner does that are good, that bless you, that show you that you're loved and taken care of. Like, for instance, I checked myself the other day because my husband loves to leave Tupperware out on the counter. And I'm like, if this fool don't throw his Tupperware away. But then I started thinking about, but he did just do all of our laundry, and he did just, and then start naming off all these things. So I was like, maybe I won't complain about the one Tupperware lid that he leaves out.
I love that. I think I really learned, we've been friends for a couple of years. I really have learned gratitude from you, which is kind of what you're talking about. I knew what it meant before, and I think I would have told people I was a grateful person. but you, in every aspect of your life, try to implement your gratefuls, or doing your gratefuls. Would you explain to people what that is? We did it at your show. You do it before every show.
Yeah.
Like, and how important that is right now.
We've been doing our gratefuls every night before dinner, and sometimes multiple times a day throughout the day.
I miss doing that with you. It's so much fun.
One of us will just say, I'm so grateful for this, and blah, 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 and we're just like reflecting. And then the next person will go, I'm grateful for this. And it's like just the middle of the day and we're just sharing. So basically, gratitude shifts your perspective. Gratitude raises your frequency, changes your energy. You put gratitude out there and it comes back to you, and it starts like raising all the levels and your mood and all of those things. When I have anxiety, I practice gratitude, and I'll think of 5 to 10 things that I'm grateful for. I will say them out loud so that you can hear yourself saying the words out loud, and you can hear what you are grateful for. Remind yourself what you're grateful for, and it just comes back in like a circle, and you're just filling yourself up with positivity and gratitude instead of marinating on the things that you're stressed about, that you're worried about, that you're angry about. And so we just practice gratitude throughout our day, and it really does shift the energy.
And then you do it before talk about how you do it before your shows. I feel like the kid that's telling their mom, like, hey mom, tell this story, or like telling their sister, like, hey, tell this story before the shows, and with everyone, even the people that work there.
So when I come to, let's say, a comedy club, first of all, it's probably gonna be sold out. So there's gonna be like so many people there and like no seats left at all.
And like, everyone's here to see me, and they're like, oh my god,
standing room only. Like, it's just good luck getting a ticket is all I'm trying to say. But so what happens is, back to being humble. What happens is, during other weekends, the comedy club staff sometimes gets used to it not being so busy and so packed. And I know that when I come in, we have like 8 shows back to back, sold out. They're going to be busy. They're going to be stressed. They most likely are a little anxious about what they're about to jump into. And so I like to start with, like, you might be a little anxious. I'm also a little anxious because I don't know what to expect either. Like, I'm going to have fun, but who knows? It's a new city. It's new people. Every show is going to be different. So let's just start off with gratitude and raise the frequency of this whole room. So by the time these patrons walk into this showroom, it's already marinating with gratitude, and we're just going to allow people to walk into that. So we'll just go around the room. Everybody in the staff will say their name and something they're grateful for, and we go through and we just start putting gratitude out there, and we just season it up, and then everybody walks in going, oh, I feel good for this show tonight.
It's so true, and you literally feel it shift. We did it again in your Los Angeles show, and you feel the thing in the room shift, and then the unity that it's created. So I would encourage people as well, like, that are in their houses right now with whether their family or roommates, taking that intentional time to do your gratefuls. We'll make sure we do it before we leave here. And you, as a comedian, how important, and I don't know how many times you've been asked this, but like, how important is that sense of humor right now? They say laughter is the best medicine. What are you doing to keep not just your gratitude up, but just your sense of humor? Or is that where TikToks come in?
For me, I just say staying present in the moment.
So good.
Like, being so aware of what's happening in this moment. We're laughing a lot in, like, for instance, this is silly, but for instance, Penelope and I were doing a meditation in the backyard. And at the end of this meditation, you do these things called the zip ups, right? Where it's like you zip it all up. You say an affirmation like, I am more than enough. And then you zip it and you throw away the key. I am connected to my creator, and you zip it and you throw away the key. So we finished our meditation, and then I say, and we're in this peaceful, and our eyes are like kind of closed. And I'm like, okay, it's time to zip it up now. And she goes, okay. And just like goes like she goes like, zip. And I go, no,
not that.
Yeah. And then so we're in the middle of this meditation because she's like zipping her mouth, and I was like, no, you zip it up. Just,
it's just a lot of zips.
And so we're just we're in this peaceful, in my backyard meditation, and we're just laughing that we're doing it, like, not wrong, but just being silly and in the moment. Yes. So it's just being present in the moment. There's little silly things that
Yes,
it's,
that rather than go over, you take that moment of, and you allow yourself to
yeah,
laugh, and you just
yeah.
make fun of those moments. And you've like so you have you've definitely created a name for yourself as a comedian, and it's pretty incredible. I'm always so proud of you when I see you on stage and doing your thing as a comedian. But maybe a lot of people don't know that the career in comedy was actually a detour in a sense. And it wasn't the main reason that you came to LA, but you yielded to something that happened for you. And because of that, we're able to live the life that you're in now. Can you talk a bit about that and how you were able to yield to something that didn't look like what you thought it was supposed to look like?
Well, I fought it for a long time. I people would say, "Oh, you're a comedian." I go, "No, I'm an actress. I just do this for fun." Meanwhile, I'm not booking any acting gigs.
Right.
I'm just calling myself an actress. And it was finally a couple months into the game, I got a message from somebody that was like, "Hey, do you want to come perform at this Mormon holiday party in Orange County?" And I had just started doing stand-up.
Yeah.
This was on MySpace. That's how.
I love MySpace. Come on.
You weren't even alive in MySpace.
I was. I had all my top friends. It was a big thing in high school. Very big thing.
Okay. So I get this message and they're like, "Come perform at this Mormon party." And I was like, "Oh, cool. I'm not Mormon though."
For sure.
And they're like, "No, it's fine. It's just you have to work clean, do clean comedy, meaning don't cuss or talk about sex or whatever." So I was like, "Oh yeah, I could do that. That's fine."
Yeah.
So I go to this Mormon party and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a comedy competition and whoever wins gets a prize." And I tied for first place in this competition, and my prize, I split it with the other guy, and I won $600 that day. That was the most money I had ever made in my entire life in one day. I was like, $600? All of it? That's for me for telling jokes?
Yeah.
And it was in that moment that I was like, maybe I'll be a comedian.
Yeah, this feels good.
And then I embraced it. And then I started writing more jokes. And then here I am working on my 5th hour special and still being a comedian, but I'm an actress.
Yep. Waiting for Olivia Benson to give you a call.
Come on, girl.
Come on, Olivia Benson. Okay, so then how did you navigate that? So you obviously clearly have a gift in comedy, but then did you feel like you were going to get boxed into that, or did you decide that was okay? How have you continued to pursue other passions, even, I'm sure at times, feeling boxed into being a comedian?
Well, yeah, here's the thing. It's pros and cons. So like when it comes to auditions, if I get anything, if I want to be a part of a dramatic project, then they're like, "But can she do drama though?" And then a lot of times when there is a comedy audition for a project, the fact that I am a stand-up and who I am kind of sets me ahead, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like the pros and cons.
Yeah.
Like the dramatic projects don't really take me seriously, and then the comedy projects I already start at the top.
Yeah.
So and then I don't book any of them. So in the end, like, who really cares?
Well, no one's booking anything right now. We're quarantined.
You know what I mean?
It's fine. You're doing great being your own producer with your camera angles.
Look at this. Look at this. Like, I keep coming in to try to like read a comment, and then I'm like, wait, I'm too dark. Mm-hmm. Go back to light, and then I can't read any comments.
Yeah. Well, you're doing great on either side of it. Okay. Well, then, so then you were like, I'm a comedian. It's a thing. But I still have these passions. So then you go into the comedy world and all this success. I remember being at a party with you one day and you really being on this journey of like, I not feeling the pressure to always have to be funny or not always have to be the life of the party of just being the girl Anjelah. Has that been a journey for you?
I think it's more about acceptance, like accepting the fact that I'm not the girl that's always on. Like I'm not.
Which is for more than just comedians too.
Yeah, I'm not always on. If we're at a party, there's so many times where if I'm meeting people that don't know who I am and they find out I'm a comedian, they're like, "Really?" Because I wasn't like bing bang bing boom, you know.
When have you ever done that? But yeah.
Yeah. So, when I'm pretending to be Chandler.
Bing, bang, bang, bing.
Um, and then sometimes I'll even be doing like press interviews where I'm promoting something and I'm being interviewed and they're asking me like, tell me, what's your process in writing a joke or whatever. And I give them like real answers, like heartfelt answers.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, they want me to be funny. Like I forget, like I'm the comedian that's being interviewed. So they want me to go, oh, well, the way I write a joke is,
Yeah.
and then say a punchline.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just observe life and I take it in. And they're like,
When I was
oh,
meditating and zipping myself up. Yeah.
yeah.
Things like that.
They're like,
Things like that. No, I
cool,
absolutely
cool.
get it. Okay, I want to go back to this detours thing right now. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, especially with this pandemic, coronavirus, COVID-19, depending on who you are, is how you say it at the moment. But this reality that for all of us, 2020 threw us curveballs. It looks different for everybody,
Sure.
but we're all dealing with some kind of detour right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the process that comes with that, I guess I'd love for you, if you could say, if you were sitting across from someone that was like, I've got the most detours, I'm feeling really disappointed, what would you kind of say to them to encourage them right now in this season that are feeling discouraged by the current detour?
You are right where you're supposed to be.
Good one.
Embrace this change, embrace this detour, jump in the flow of what is naturally and organically happening.
Yes.
Don't resist it. That's when you get tense in your body because
Right.
you're resisting something. When you're in flow, you're just going with it. So I would say go with the flow. And our friend Brandon put it perfectly. He was like, it's just like the ocean with the tide. If you're like caught out in the tide, hold for sound. I'm doing an interview right now. My private helicopter just circling came to pick me up, and I'm like, I didn't schedule you. Not today. Sorry.
Miscommunications. Anyways, gosh, so sorry,
miscommunication.
Terrible.
So Brandon said it's just like the ocean, like with the tide. That current. If it's like pulling you, you don't fight it trying to get back to shore because you're going to wear yourself out, and the ocean's going to win. You go with it, right? And it's kind of like what's happening right now. Like, don't fight it, go with it and see where it leads you and save some of that strength for when the light is on your journey and you know which way you're going.
And it's such an interesting thing because what did I even just say? It's such an interesting thing because then in the detours, it doesn't feel normal. But then looking back, somehow so much of this stuff that in the moment feels like such a curveball then begins to link in and you understand why different seasons happen and that we learn so much stuff through the things that in the moment can feel so just accidental,
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you for the detours that you've taken. It brought us together,
Yes.
Somehow. No stopping us now. Okay, so it is birthday week. Last year, I was thinking back, all of the things for your birthday. Seriously, everybody watching, Anjelah had us going to a farm to pick berries, Jojo Boom, which is a trampoline place. Grown adults, we all left with injuries.
Yeah.
All of us had injuries. And then going out for a jackie cake and dinner. This year, it looks a little different. Life's a little different. How are you going with that? And I know you're doing an incredible thing for an organization that you're very close with, Unlikely Heroes. How's that helping you as well right now?
So every year for my birthday, I raise money for my favorite charity, Unlikely Heroes. They're an anti-human trafficking organization rescuing women and children from sex slavery. And these times right now are hard for everyone.
Yeah.
And especially nonprofit organizations because a lot of their donors have stopped donating or have changed donating from this organization to a frontline organization, which is great because they're all needed. But then it leaves these people vulnerable who are either rescuing children from sex slavery or helping the homeless get off of drugs or whatever it may be. They're not getting the same kind of donation, so they're struggling to survive, basically. So this year is especially important for me to raise money for my favorite organization. And so on my birthday, Thursday, May 14th, I'm doing an Instagram live and I am going to have a bunch of my friends call in. I'm not going to give any names ahead of time.
Surprises.
You have to log on to see. Maybe you've seen them on TV. Maybe you've seen them in the movies. Maybe you went to their concert. I don't know. I don't know your life. I don't know you. But that's going to be Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my Instagram, Anjelah Johnson. And the whole time I'm just going to be encouraging people to donate to Unlikely Heroes. And with a donation of $30 or more, you get this very cool mask, because we all need masks now.
We all need them.
Live in the public.
Yep.
So you get this very cool mask that says Our Love is Heroic. And just go to unlikelyheroes.com.
Yeah, we'll put the link below.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And just donate there, and that's what I'm doing for my birthday.
Gonna be amazing, and it's gonna be so fun, like a bunch of surprise stuff, and that's going from 3 p.m. Pacific time, correct?
Yes.
The party is kicking off. It's gonna be so fun, and thank you for continuing to encourage and challenge me basically every day on how much you think about others. And I think that right now, I've said it a few times, is almost like a therapy tool for us. Even just getting through this season is by keeping a lot of things about other people and doing what we can. We can't do everything, but doing what we can do. I really think it's going to be one of the things we look back on and realize it got us through it in a sense. So
absolutely. In the same way that when I was talking about my Mother's Day thing, like it felt good to give. I was talking to somebody recently who is having like some anxiety, and I was just like, listen, when I go through it, when I have my anxiety, I will call someone I will listen to their problems, what they're fighting for, and I will speak into that, and I will show up for them and take the energy off of myself and, whoa, I'm dealing with all these things, and put on them. So I was telling this person, why don't you call someone and ask how you can feel for them or help them, or maybe just show up at one of your friends' house and leave them a gift. Like, do something to make them feel good, because that's going to make you feel good inside.
Yeah, it has it's that weird opposite effect when you feel in deficit of something, especially courage or like peace, for example, encouraging someone else in it time after time. It's crazy how you leave that conversation or that moment feeling full yourself. So I love that. I have a challenge for you now, Anjelah Johnson. By the way, Bonzo is constantly distracting me with how cute he is. Hi, buddy.
You're the best.
Hi,
Look
bud.
at this guy.
Oh, I'm so happy to be his godmother, you know? I know.
Look how cute he is. I can't believe cute. I tell him every single day, I am so grateful for you. I can't believe I found you. We rescued him at a shelter, and I can't believe that this little planet was in a shelter. Who could not want this? I'm so lucky.
He is just the cutest, though. He's so chill, except for when you've been doing these workouts with Angela Davis. He will be flying around the room.
That's his workout, too. He's like, yeah, it's workout time. Zoom,
let's go, Mom.
Zoom.
Let's go. Okay, Ange, a couple of years ago, you did a tour to my homeland, Australia.
That's right.
And Australia, the people loved you, and you loved being Australian. Since then, there will be these moments where you convince me that you are Australian, and I'm trying to tell you, you're very much not. But there seems to be a disconnect. So on that note, I figured it was time to do...
Not really.
Okay, well, that's, once again, very New Zealand. So we're slightly off it. You know what I mean? But once again, I thought it was time for a part 2 of How to Australia, just to help you, because one day we're going to get out of our homes. It's going to be time to get back on the road, and that road will lead you to Australia. I'll be coming this time. We'll talk about it later. Are you ready for part 2?
Okay.
Deep breath. You're going to do great. I'm so proud of you already. Yes. Okay, so what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you a word in Australian as if it's a different language, and you have to tell me what the word means in the Americas. And you only have 3 seconds per one, so none of this phoning a friend, talking to Bonzo. Like, he can't help you right now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to count down from 3. What are these words in American? First one, ankle biter.
Okay.
3.
Sorry, say that again. I'm being distracted.
See, that's how you're getting your time in. Okay. Ankle biter.
Ankle biter. A mosquito.
No, it means a child. Next one, rat bag.
rat bag, a fanny pack.
What is a rat on a bag? What? Talk me through your thinking with that real quick. Yeah.
Well, it's for when you go hunting for rats, you put them in your bag.
And you feel like that's a common thing in Australia, going hunting for rats?
Bogans, yeah.
Oh, no, Bogans is not. That we got that confused. A rat bag is a misbehaving child.
Oh, I should know all of these terms. I would use them often.
Ankle biter, small child, rat bag, misbehaving child. Lots of different words for children in Australia. You can get a whole bunch of different types. Okay. Arvo.
Huh?
Arvo.
Avo? Like, avocado.
Incorrect.
Avocado toast.
No, I know what you were saying, but that's not what this means. Arvo means afternoon. Savo.
Oh. Savo? Sunny afternoon.
Cute. This afternoon. Okay. Avo.
The same word you just said 2 words ago? Afternoon.
Avocado. You've said it before. Okay, this is a sentence. Avon avocado. Avon avo.
Avon avo? Oh, have an avocado. Duh.
I'm so proud of you. Okay. Vaso.
Vaso? Vaseline when you got chapped lips.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you've gotten 2 so far. You're doing really good. Servo.
Oh, that was real?
Yeah, that was real. Servo.
Okay. Servo? The lady who brings you your drinks when you order at the restaurant.
No, it's a gas station. Service station. Gas station. Garbo.
Garbage, duh.
Garbage man. Sticky beak.
Sticky beak?
Yes.
Somebody.
You can't just say it in a sentence.
Sticky beak. Oh, say it in a sentence, you mean?
Okay, you're a sticky beak. Well, you're not, but.
Yeah. You're a sticky beak. What were you doing with them?
Why do you always say it's like a date?
I don't know.
Yeah, someone got it. It's a nosy person. Somebody that's in someone else's business.
Okay.
A cozzy.
Your cousin.
No, it's a swimsuit, swimming costume, cozzy. You're welcome.
Swimming costume? That's what you guys call it, costumes?
Cozzy, yeah. It's a costume, you just got to be creative with it.
No.
Red Joe. I got to go do my Red Joe.
Red Joe? My real jumping jacks.
I mean, to be honest, I don't even know where you were thinking that. Rego is like registration. So like you would say...
your regimen. Your facial regimen when you wash your face.
No, I already gave you the answer. Like car registration. I like that people are trying to figure it out too. They're on your team. They're really trying to help you with this. Trapeze.
Trapeze? Like a trapeze artist?
Trapeze.
Oh, trapeze. Track pants like I'm wearing.
Yes, sweatpants. Okay, great. Cuppa. Do you want a cuppa?
Huh. A cuppa. Yeah, a cup of tea.
Rellos.
Rellos? A cookie.
No, you don't eat your relatives.
Oh.
Yes. And last one, brawly.
Brawly. Well, it could be a fight or
brawl, yeah.
Not a full bra, but like the one you wear to go to sleep, like a little bralette.
Oh, okay. That's what brawly is. It's an umbrella. But you did so good.
Oh,
this was better than your last attempt. You've become more Australian, to be honest with you. Okay. You've definitely done a lot better. And thank you so much for hanging out. I did
spend a month there.
But yes, exactly. Before we go, we're asking everybody at the moment, the name of the organization is LightWorkers, to obviously spread light. And we do that through inspiring each other. So would there be something lately that someone said to you to inspire you that you could give to people listening right now, whether it is a song lyric, a piece of advice, a scripture, or a quote, something that lately has inspired you that you could give to other people?
I mean, I thought that's what I've been giving you guys for the past 35 minutes, but it's fine. I'll come up with a new one. I'll do a brand new one.
You can use one. You can use one of those.
Okay, something that has inspired me. Oh, this is something Angela Davis said.
Okay.
Don't waste this crisis.
So good.
Don't waste this pandemic. Don't take this time for granted that we've been given to reset, to deconstruct, to rebuild, to rest.
Very good.
Don't waste it on stress, anxiety, lazy, being stuck. Do what you have to do to get out of that so you don't waste this time.
Absolutely. That was a really good piece, to be honest. They'll kill me if I don't ask this. Final question. What's the best knock-knock joke that you've ever heard in your life?
Knock, knock.
Who's that?
I don't know knock, knock joke. I know good kid jokes. I don't know knock,
Do a
knock
kid joke.
Okay, this is... Okay.
Get in character.
This is like a play on a kid joke. It's a little bit elevated.
Okay. Frequency.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because 7 was a 6 offender.
Nope. That is not a child joke. Olivia Benson.
That's why I said it's a little elevated.
Olivia Benson would be so proud of you, though, bringing awareness.
It's taking a child's joke. Trust me, everybody watching this right now, when you tell your friends, why was 6 afraid of 7? They're all going to go, because 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
And then you're going to go, no, because 7 was a 6 offender. And then it'll be like, mic drop.
Yeah, but then they're going to go, they're going to go, oh.
I mean, sure. In this day and age, be careful who you say it to.
That's exactly. And I love you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for a little bit. We have had jokes and a bunch of wisdom. You're Australian, so I think it's been very productive as a time together. Love you. Thank you for just who you are, too.
Love you.
The girl off stage, all the things that a lot of people don't get to see. You are the real deal, even better in person than what people know of you. So I love you very much. Thank you so much for hanging out. Grateful for you. Well, what an amazing conversation that was with Anjelah Johnson. Some fun moments. She clearly is more Australian than I gave her credit for, but what an incredible conversation with the amount of wisdom bombs that she dropped. And I'd love to pick up on one of them for our intention today. Now, if you've been watching these episodes, you'll realize that we don't want to just leave you with an incredible conversation, though we definitely want you to see that too. We want to be able to leave you with something to take away from it as well. So I keep trying to create small intentions, some kind of takeaway that you can have enjoyed the conversation, but also have something practical that you can do from it. So my intention today comes from our conversation with Anjelah. And she talked about actually doing for somebody else what you wish someone would do for you. And actually realizing that when I want encouragement, maybe the best thing I can do is encourage somebody else. When I am feeling anxious, maybe the best thing I can do is appreciate somebody else. And in the process of doing for somebody else what I wish someone was doing for me, I'm realizing more and more that I'm leaving the conversations and leaving those moments more full than I was before. I don't know how it all works, but I wonder today if you would do for somebody else what you would love done for you. If you don't just leave that moment feeling surprisingly more full and satisfied than you did before. Until next time, have an amazing day. My name is Elyse, and stay tuned for another episode of On a Lighter Note. Love you guys.